everybody, and welcome to another stream day. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Riniverse, aka Rin or Rinny, and there's a lot of cords everywhere. Give me a sec. Wah. And today we are playing Honkai Star Rail, where we're gonna do some catching up to do, because I haven't played in like 2 weeks, and there's like new content. So apparently we're going back to the Xianzhou for some odd reason. I saw March's little outfit, so I'm guessing it's relating to that. So it's been a while since I played this game. Kind of miss it, honestly. But hopefully I'm back now for this game. So previously we like kind of finished the Panaconi area, and we were like deciding what to do. So I guess this is the something we have to do section. Super duper excited. I don't know what this is about though. So it got me a little bit of curiosity. I mean, it's just like we're going to, well, before we go on a new adventure, we get like a message from the Xianzhou to join whatever the war dance is. I'm guessing it's some kind of ball? Or like not ball, like a homecoming thing? Because it says homecoming, so I'm assuming we're invited to dancing? I don't know. I'm just basing upon what the, whatchamacallit, the title is? So, without further ado, let's go and see what they want. If it is still a message, please check it promptly. Okie dokie. Everybody's here. Hello? If it's still a message, please check it promptly. What? Why few? Why are we sighing in relief for?
What's up, Pom Pom?
What's up?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou Luofu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
Huh?
Oh. It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express.
It's been a while.
How's your trailblazing expedition going?
Swimmingly.
So, the Xianzhou Luofu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the Luofu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou. Thus, on behalf of the Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Well, things aren't getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's
party
training festival,
time!
And we're already being invited to another special event.
Trailblazing is all about having fun. I'm still recovering from the trauma caused by the last festivity. I mean, yeah. Hopefully this one is better, lighter, wholesome. Hopefully.
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning into blast expeditions, where we eat, drink, and play wherever we go. Blast? Expedition? Yeah.
Yeah, there's always some kind of explosions.
We eat, play, and have a blast.
So we should leave March behind to take care of the express?
Please.
Hey, that's not what I meant. I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like
I want Dang Hung to join.
Or Saturday.
The Xianzhou Luofu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony. You'll be totally safe under the family's protection.
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights, who fought against the abominations of abundance and protected the Xianzhou ships. Aside from star skiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
Yeah, but we also need the devs
There's
to
no rush. This
have some
trailblazing
time to
expedition is
make the
quite
new
unique,
world.
and the express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Luofu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, Marge. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Luofu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, Marge, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
Yay!
What do you two think?
Let's go! Sounds great.
I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the Xianzhou Luofu.
Onwards! Oh, before we go, let's discuss the travel plans, I guess.
Kalinga Abyss. What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown.
Conversation between two adults brings a complicated jargon, which is out one ear and out the window. Have a safe trip!
Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few back as souvenirs for you.
Alright. Onwards to the party!
Himiko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war dance, the latter definitely sounds more fun. By the way, Don Hung, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Luofu, right?
He needs to go out more.
And just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Luofu by yourselves? I don't think so.
Aw, why
Plus,
not?
Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended, and both the long life and short life species are still feeling uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the war dance, to show that the Xianzhou Luofu is stable and safe.
For now.
Since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
We're back!
Back to this place brings back so many memories, you know?
Say something for all of you. A poem by March 7. What memories? Space dates. Welcome to a poem.
Hey, I'm not actually gonna recite a poem. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived on the Xianzhou. This time, we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in through the cargo dock. This trip has been incredibly smooth.
Which is a plus.
Quite unusual, I must say.
Definitely unusual. It's so easily pleased. I actually feel sorry for us. Don't jinx us. We're gonna get jinxed.
I'm just hoping for the best. You're the one jinxing us.
Fans of the Skyfair Commission noticed that the Express was docked in the Xianzhou. Are you guys already on the Luofu? Just got here. We just got here. The general sent me to welcome you all at Starskiff Haven. See you in a bit. Oh, okay. Getting a welcome party.
Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded?
It's not that
There's
crowded.
so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jing Yuan sent him to welcome us. But where is he?
Let's wait for him in front of the loom. It's the most prominent landmark on the dock.
Okay. I don't think he's around, but...
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment.
Hello, kid.
Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Luofu?
We know a
A little bit about it.
What do you need?
Uh-oh.
We're
What?
from Penacony.
Hi,
Maybe you've
Akamo.
heard of it.
Welcome to the
We
stream.
came
How are
to
you?
this ship
You
to
good?
gather
You well?
interesting
Okay.
materials for
Well,
making dream bubbles.
Rip to the kid.
Oh, we just left there. Huh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Luofu?
Well, do I? Not really, other than food. You okay? That's good. How am I? I'm doing good. Literally woke up like half an hour ago, but still good nonetheless. Also, don't know any places.
Exactly. We're Xianzhou experts.
I don't know about that, but he is.
Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too.
Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Luofu fighter jet.
What time is it for you? 9:17 in the morning. Say good morning. So is it even larger than the regular star skiff? It's bigger than the Radiant Feldspar?
The Radiant Feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is
Not
wait
bad.
until the war dance starts in a few weeks.
Could be
before
earlier.
We can board it.
BRB?
We've still got work to
Okay.
do. We can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here.
Why am I the expert? Arm Alley, Fire Stroll Garden, Scale Gorge, Water Skate, climb the top of the Emperor's Arbor. See, I forgot what these places are in names. I only know, like, if I look at it and be like, oh, this place is called. Although I just went to Fire Stroll Garden. I forgot. I'm gonna guess. You know what? This is the only place I know from memory.
Oh yeah! Fixstroll Garden! It's famous for supernatural stuff. With those mischievous heliobi floating around. It's pretty fascinating.
Supernatural? I don't really like scary things, but our clients will love it.
Ooh, it does sound interesting. Let's go check out Fixstroll Garden. Maybe we'll bump into each other there.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go catch up with him.
Hello!
Had a
It's
different
been
experience
so
when
long.
we were on Starskiff.
Don't know how long.
Everyone, this way.
How long has it been?
Hey, everyone. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you?
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, Are you a little bit taller than before?
Is he?
We've only been away for a few months.
Like, I don't think so. He looks the same. Long time no see, though.
Long time no see.
It's been a while.
Oh, you've come along too, Mr. Danheng.
What was that
Sorry for
reaction?
the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskiff Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
Seriously, I've never seen the Luofu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who have come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The general said this
Please
ceremony
let
would
this
help the
be a
Xianzhou
smooth
Luofu recover
ride,
from the
like
crisis.
this event.
It's a way to showcase our
We
martial
need a
spirit,
break.
reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings.
Huh? The what now? What?
I wonder if you've heard of it. It's known as the Star Forge, and it's responsible for providing more than half of the Cloud Knights' armaments. The Xianzhou Juming boasts skilled craftsmasters, and General Huayan is a top-notch craftsman himself. Ah, if only I could get a sword forged by him, I'd be on Cloud 9.
By the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
I hope you got like
It's fun
9
how he
hours.
tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
Well, you're pretty much the same in that regard.
I agree.
Oh. Rar?
All units, assemble quickly. Get ready to protect the crowd.
Why do I hear
Just
roar?
mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
It's like whenever you fear will happen happens. You jinx the march.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
We'll go with you.
Oh. Animation?
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
That was cool. Oh, hello, Moon Rage. Enemies of this mod can enter Moon Rage state after enemies use attacks apply 1 second bloodlust to enemies that can trigger Moon Rage. When bloodlust reaches a certain number of stacks, the unit enters the Moon Rage state. At the same time, the Moon Rage counter will appear on the action order. When the counter turn begins, Moon Rage is spelled across all enemy units.
Borison?
Okay.
Why are there Borison here?
I don't know.
Now.
I forgot to heal from my artifact grinding session.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
That is the one. And that is a two.
Who's next? Only a scratch.
Time for an overhaul.
I don't know if there's multiple waves, so.
Let's begin.
No, it's just the one. Ah.
Not good.
There's another one. Who are you?
Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
Still your sword. Damn. Got a new character.
Wait, my sword! I'm sorry.
Well, rip to your
but I'm
sword.
afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
Well, so much for a wholesome,
While we appreciate your rescue, my
good
Xianzhou,
ride.
Don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack.
Oh,
Once we're done
Was
with
this
the
planned?
formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
This shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu, and it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
well,
According to the
they
protocol, all
escaped
cargo
from
arriving
your
on the
cargo.
Luofu must go through inspection.
But we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisons.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution.
We're going around in circles in that conversation. Hello! Hi, Xander. How are you? We're playing Honkai Star Rail today. I need to catch up in this game. Goodbye. Have fun with your conversation and your argument. Whee!
Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borisin prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a Starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
I'm Lu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded
You look
rapidly
kinda
and it
unique.
shouldn't be held against the captain. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the Zhuming envoys saved them? This sounds complicated.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. The Zhu Ming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu. You know, with all
We
the
ended up fighting them
outsiders flooding
instead.
onto the Luofu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the Security Department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seat of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
The cloud eyes calmed the crowd and the dispersed, and the street was restored to a peaceful
you
state.
look much mature now, Yanqing.
Well,
Please
age
don't
comes
tease me,
maturity,
Miss
I
March.
guess.
The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
Kobolds? Question mark? But they call themselves the Borisons. Kobolds?
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time. The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago. Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Xianzhou Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borisin have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me to take you to the Palace of Astrum.
So much for a lighthearted
We'll have to chit-chat
conversation.
a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Is it a serious matter?
Do you
Maybe
need help?
Need our help in hunting down the Borisin?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
I doubt she did it on purpose.
So when the Cloud Knights get into trouble, they have to call emergency services too. You go file a report, and I go fetch the popcorn. It's gonna be quite a show!
Don't remind me. I just zoned out for a moment, that's all. Alright, let's
I'll
not
have
keep
the
General
popcorn.
waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
I wonder what's her story.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Oh, you sus! You are very sus. Now I don't like you. Originally I'm like, I like your design. And I'm like, now I'm like, no.
Success and failure.
Where am I going? Ah. Over there. There is a teleporter there. Never mind.
It's been a long journey, Elder Huayan. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
Who are you? There's gonna be a lot of who are yous in
General,
this.
I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express.
It's been a while. How's everything going? I dreamed about you on Pentaconi. Yeah, I did. Miss us?
Sure, how couldn't I have? It's not often we find such moments to reunite and enjoy one another's presence.
Since when did she and General Qing Yuan become such good buddies, Dan Heng? They seem to be having a great time.
Yeah, we
A
fought.
lot must have happened without our knowledge. At least, I hope that's the case.
Allow me to introduce you to General Huayan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Juming, known as the Flaming Heart.
Flaming hot?
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
Elder Huayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various
So
weapons.
you're the one.
Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
So you're the one that Yang
Arbiter
Qing
General,
wants a
Furnace
sword for.
Master. These are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
Glad to meet you, sir.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Luofu, the same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial
Hi,
Arbor
matey.
crisis?
What is the game about?
Indeed.
It's you.
Dun Heng,
You're the one who
Mark
stole the
Seven,
sword.
And her. Without
Sorry,
her,
I saw like the
I'm
silhouette
afraid
of
the
a
Luofu might not
person
have
in the
easily
back.
overcome this crisis.
And I'm like, you're the one we saw earlier. No, she did. The one we saw for a split second. This game is about, there's a lot of things that this game, did. Basically, we go to space on a train, travel the galaxies, go to different planets, save them. The end. I think that's basically it.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
Is why it's called Star Rail? Yup. Because we're on a train. Going through the galaxies. Don't know what I thought was a rail. Don't know either.
You're more than welcome, General Huayan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
It is you! You're the one who got the sword!
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yun Li.
It's you!
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
Everyone's young next to him. True. He's a shorty. But then again, I'm a shorty.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Oh? Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
Well, long story short, we arrived, some ship came to refuge onto this ship, unleashed, some criminals, destroyed them, I think, and this girl came, finished the job, stole a sword. The end!
She helped me capture the escaped
Those trained
Forest
the
prisoners
R.
at the Starskiff Haven. allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
No. Ours is the only one that's a train, while everybody else uses a ship. Because we're special.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
I mean, you can only move on a fixed trajectory. Probably.
Nope, that won't do.
Why not? Why do you want the sword?
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target.
Are you really gonna take it from a child? Well, we do have a tournament coming up. So, fight me.
By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borisin prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yunli. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
So much for Luofu's sword masters.
What did you just say?
Oh my god, children!
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone.
You know, in another, context, in another, story, and these would be the main characters, and then, in the end, they'd probably, be together. Just think about fourth right now. Just no one's listening. They should take your advice.
With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yangqing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful. Because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borisin.
Can I have some popcorn?
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
Say, is this by the Genshin people? Yep. This game is by miHoYo.
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yunli, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say, she definitely has that fiery edge.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yunli is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered. So please forgive her if she's being rude.
Is this a full price game? Also a gacha. Also a gacha. So free! With in-game currencies!
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yangqing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yunli to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Luofu during the crisis.
Again?
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
That's
You
okay.
needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yunli. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Luofu and could use some help settling in.
Is she called March 7? Yes. Yes. Yes, she is. That's her actual name.
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzhou sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
Oh, I feel like we're just like in the peanut gallery, honestly. I guess her birthday. Gee, I wonder what her birthday is. Oh, time to leave.
This is the report Qingzhou just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the general has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease.
Is this a test?
Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
Sure. After watching Yanqing and the others leave.
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the marshal?
You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yaoqing Arbiter General has in mind.
Sus.
Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually
I feel like
catch
a
up
foreshadowing's happening. Is it
to you.
just me?
The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing, she has come specifically for you. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
Oh, new person!
As soon as she
Another
disembarked
new
from the Star
person!
Skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
These guys look cute.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
No comment in the
heard
peanut
about
gallery?
A spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
That's a lie.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
He is.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huayan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here.
No, I
Once
feel like
she's
that's
finished
BS.
with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
I call BS. That is not right. In the meantime,
Drat, I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword.
I think you already did. I don't think you'll get your sword back, but
Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little reserved. Could it be because of Elder Huayan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
Maybe.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Juming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
It's like walking on eggshells?
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more.
Sus.
Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold him
Why?
accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Danshu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish.
We can vouch for him. No wonder we'll be called back for the ceremony. Are we the mediator again?
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
We're always attracting
I'm
drama.
so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Danheng. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on.
At least you
don't
know
think
now.
like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, It's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
Nah, at least you tried. That's all that matters. Your real master conversation. Just keep quiet, March. You're a master
Miss
at
March
it.
is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've
Don't
heard of the
worry.
Tombstone Hearts?
We met a
We've
few.
dealt with quite a few of them, right?
Bring it all, I guess. Drag me all you want, but don't brag all you want. Don't drag me in this. You're a real conversation master. I don't want to end up being in a lawsuit. I don't have the money. I don't want to be in a lawsuit, please.
What's with you turning into a scaredy cat? I didn't see you worrying about lawsuits when you wrecked that giant mech.
It was self-defense.
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Alright, let's go.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people?
Oh god. It has
I think
already
you get it.
started.
In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here.
Hello?
That toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Aurum Alley?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo, and I'll file a complaint directly with your general. Don't think you can possibly convince me. Huh? Why are you here? You're staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the one in trouble!
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest in the Shiquei. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
It's been a long time.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Luofu before? Why did you come back?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon
You
as
know,
the ship
you
entered
remind
the
me of
harbor,
Woody.
a bunch of Cloud
Woody
Knights
from
showed
Toy
up and
Story.
snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
It's just a
Why
harmless
did you
little
bring
check.
the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology.
Listen here. Firstly,
Yeah, it's like almost the
Skyfaring
same.
Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called
It's
me
like
here to
a
double
tone of voice whenever he
Secondly,
speaks.
Where the
Like
heck
in
did
certain
you get the
parts,
idea that I'm
it
a
sounds like
shady
Woody.
craftsman?
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Luofu.
Oh no 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 no
We'll just
no!
fix the ship and be on our way. We won't
It's
unload our
like Woody
cargo here.
and Rex. Like the
You'll have to
dinosaurs?
stay in the
Like
port
the
for
green
several
dinosaur?
days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again.
But more on
How can we
Rex
just
the
leave
dinosaur,
unchecked items
but
sitting here?
both.
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue?
There's a living
Does
thing in
this
there?
crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC
What are you
specialist
hiding?
has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine. If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
I feel like he's a Karen.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC.
We know a thing or two about convincing Scott. Leave it to me. I'm an expert negotiator.
I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
It's up to
What are you guys
me.
whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
With the power of peanut cutting, maybe? I don't know. Well, let's debate, I guess. At the end of negotiations, if your morale is higher than or equal to your opponent, is considered a successful negotiation. I'm not good at negotiating, though. Unless it's deemed as a failure. During the negotiation progress, if either party's morale drops to 0, the negotiation immediately ends. Your negotiation choices will lead to different outcomes, which can either increase or decrease your morale. As your choices in negotiating progress until the number of negotiation rounds drops to 0, at which point negotiation ends. During the negotiation turn, you can use negotiation strategies to apply various negotiation techniques to help you succeed. Here you can view your opponent's information. If you're unsure what to choose, tap to view. Okay.
As
Well,
I
time to
recall,
convince.
This guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Okay.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
Arise, proposals from the legal perspective. Start by making him feel uncomfortable. Young Jane's identity intimidated, remind him of his embarrassing past. Abide by the rules, at least on the surface. legal
The
perspective?
Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
Wanna bet we're getting so much money from the Penacony people are. Just get the reasoning, resort to good old violence. Should know you will proceed with caution, pay your compensation you wish. The Skyfair Commission, will pay compensation? Proceed with caution?
Don't underestimate Xianzhou technology. Even if they need to dismantle your cargo, the Artisanship Commission can easily put it back together.
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and brag about their skills. After all, you're just a negotiator they hired. But I'm different. I'm an IPC member, and my fleet has accepted this transportation order. Naturally, I need to be responsible for the integrity of every piece of cargo. Besides, the cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Show me your extended connections to escalate the issue. The Azure regulations, IPC regulations. Oh, it's gotta be one of those two. What's this mean? Negotiation strategy. What's this? You have to go now? Until next time? That's so good. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you next time. And if you're sleeping, hope you have good sleep. If you're eating, I hope it's good food. Me, on the other hand, I'm trying to negotiate. I'm like, I'm not very good at this. Is that the regulations or IPC regulations? You?
Since the Intelligentsia Guild entrusted the cargo to the IPC for transportation, it's the IPC's responsibility to ensure its safety, right? Why would you need a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Let me tell you something. As stated in Article 17 of the IPC's Building Material Logistics Department Transport Agreement Law, subsequent to the dispatch of
I'm not
goods
good
and
at
during their transit, all risks, save for those pertaining to the transportation safety, shall be the sole liability of the consignor. Well, we only protect the integrity of the goods and prevent anyone with ill intentions from getting their hands on them, for example. As for whether the cargo itself poses a security threat to the destination, that's not our responsibility. It appears we have reached an area beyond your expertise, doesn't it? The complexity of legal studies are indeed challenging. We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Xianzhou operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell disaster for me.
I'm sure people are just following the rules, trying to bribe and talk about unpromising career prospects. Negotiation. I'm gonna return.
Huh? Could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear you. Could you say it again?
do Xianzhou's
According to the
thing.
principle of territoriality, since your vessel is stranded on the Xianzhou, the Skyfaring Commission has the right to inspect it.
Indeed. According to Article 27 of the Xianzhou Legal Code, all official and private goods upon entering the port shall be subject to inspection. Failure to submit to such inspection shall be deemed equivalent to the possession of unlawful items and shall be subject to legal ramifications.
Huh? My synesthesia beacon must not be working, because I have no idea what you just said.
I thought you just
Simply
went.
put, if you insist on hindering the inspection, we'll have to treat the cargo as unlawful items and confiscate it.
Confiscate it? How can you Xianzhou people be so unreasonable?
You're the one that's unreasonable, though.
If this were pure point, and incoming cargo posed a safety risk, the IPC would take it in for containment and disposal, correct?
That's true, but the IPC sometimes makes exceptions. For example, they've always given special terms to Xianzhou vessels. We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Xianzhou operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell disaster for me.
I could just skip this. Let's skip it.
All right. We understand your position, but rules are rules, and we can't bend them now. However, we'll note down your concerns and pass them on to management. We'll keep you updated on any developments.
This feels like I'm a manager. Success!
Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case. Fine. I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out.
Now that's
This is a
sus.
big deal. Let me talk to headquarters first.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Xianzhou as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Yeah, you've got some insight there. Who are you again?
Huh? Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou Juming.
Hello?
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself.
She pretty.
It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
What is she playing at?
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
What?
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulations signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires. Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
That's a lot.
Only? years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha!
I
Typical
like
of
her.
a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right?
At least you wised up for once.
Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
Smiley face.
This lady is really something else.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
God's alive!
Turn it off.
Oh! We're gonna destroy it! Oh, hello. When aliens inflicted with terror grip, attacking the castle of the terror grip once can dispel the terror grip. When terror grip ends and if the castle of terror grip is not attacked to dispel terror grip, then the affected ally will fall into terrified state and be unable to perform actions. Okay.
Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
It's alive!
Illusions of the past.
Nothing of the weight behind this. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Be careful.
Naughty child.
Damage sustained.
I have something for you.
Time for a shot.
Perhaps you steal
Hi-ya!
feels its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Nap time.
Abnormal. Lacerate.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Everything is fine.
Timely treatment.
Nearly there.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Abnormal.
Let's begin.
Now we're done. This is self-defense.
Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
No, you know about it.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guests to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside, just like the craftsman feared. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
Or both. Why do you say that?
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason
Are they gonna
is,
cause drama?
That's probably why the Borisin attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge.
After a while, everyone disperses and goes their own way.
I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Lingsha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the general's retainers
welcome.
were burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yanqing to be so...
Young, cute, miniature? Miniature?
Huh? As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
We could.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?
Huh? Sure, I guess. Let's go. Towards here. Hey, can I have some tea?
Pay my respects.
The news is spreading pretty fast.
All these years, and the view of the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit. The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us Vidyadhara, there's nothing more nostalgic than our homeland.
You're a Luofu native, Miss Lingsha?
Huh.
Yes. I grew up here, listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions with my mentors and peers at the Alchemy Commission. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Don Hung, I traveled far from home, and now I've returned. Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia.
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. And now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn, it's only natural for everyone to feel uneasy.
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit. In my humble opinion, the rebirth of the ambrosial arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. The seed was already planted.
I like her voice.
The ancestors of the Xianzhou sought immortality.
What a serious topic. I could just make wild speculations about these things. Then we're here to have some tea. Where's the tea? Give me the tea. I mean, this is tea. Maybe it's a different kind of tea. Serious topic.
My bad. Well, since you went through the entire ambrosial arbor crisis firsthand, Dan Heng and Lieutenant Yanqing, I'd like to discuss something with you.
What?
What would you like to discuss, Miss Lingsha?
What you want?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission. Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem but was wondering if you could provide any insights.
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy, but I do have a piece of advice, Miss Lingsha. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging.
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission. Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara are still only mortal beings. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also implicated and had to leave the Luofu. And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What? Huh? Is he that afraid?
Right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself. Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford.
Lingsha, you're back!
Well,
I've been waiting ages for you.
Here we go again!
Yunli! Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
We met.
Small world.
You stole my sword! Give it back!
I see. Let's skip the introduction part then.
We already did introductions.
Why do I keep bumping into you? Are you stalking me or something?
No! It's just fate says otherwise!
Like you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand, seem to have all the time in the world to wander around without returning my sword.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword. It was you who lost focus.
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again in a few hours. You know the Cloud Knight saying. A Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes? Well, sure. I can give it back to you now. But on the battlefield, that's a whole different story. Poor flying sword.
Fine! You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
I can't call it the general. How to be young and win with no impulse. Is this the war dance? What a way to be young.
Me and these two, who do you think is tougher? Don't get me wrong, I'm just curious.
We're just a peanut gallery.
Get ready to separate them.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined celebrating it.
Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here.
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another, right?
Wonder who would win.
I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess. So, if you two want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other?
Clearing
True.
out some abominations? Sounds boring.
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha. I'll help you get rid of them.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help her out.
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going?
Sure.
Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here. If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins.
Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid work sound so noble and grand.
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt.
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready?
Am I in this competition too? Nope, just you.
Ugh. Looks like my predecessors left quite a mess. Let me say it again. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins. Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure you don't hurt each other.
No
Can
dying.
we start now, Lingsha?
Dying is a no-no. And Yuli takes action, she'll use attacks to defeat the enemies first. And the enemies defeat Yang Ying and Yuli is recorded here. Okay.
Strike with heart. Time for an overhaul.
That'll take nap time.
Time for swordplay. Blade and flight.
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to descend to earth. You've got style.
Oh my god.
But you're not striking where it counts. It's such a shame to see you misuse your sword like that.
Not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna win this.
How many can you block? Strike with heart.
You won't get away.
All good?
Who's next?
Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I'll free you from your
Yeah.
chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
now even.
Practice is over. Swords descend.
Not sure how long this goes for.
Nap time. Descend to earth. Time for sword
Fight
play.
time!
Blade and flight. Don't mess with me. Who's next? You won't get away. I'll end your misery.
And then this one.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
As you.
I'll end your misery. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of
I wish I
butterflies.
had Welt instead of
Illusions of the
Himiko.
past.
Am I gonna be honest?
I have something for you. Perhaps you humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Oh, you're next.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Time for an overhaul.
Descend to earth.
And we won!
I win, Miss Yunli. You got lucky. Why don't you just give me back my sword, sincerely apologize, and then go cry your eyes out to your grandpa? Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword, as I don't have the nasty habit of snatching other people's weapons.
All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself.
You know, in order
If you think you
to
can just
bloom
take
some
the sword
friendships,
from my
there gotta be
hand?
some fighting.
Go ahead and try.
Oh! Hello? What am I watching? Looks cool. Who the hell are you?
Well fought, my young friends.
You look pretty.
However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will.
Nah, you have too much of a
I thought
design
I'd
to
seen
be
my
just a
fill of
passerby.
Impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission, of all places. Well, the Luofu is never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dances ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind you.
Grudges? No, not at all. Yunli and we were just sparring.
No, it's not.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you. I don't believe it.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao?
have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you're...
Hmm?
The Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Looks like I'm quite famous on the Xianzhou Luofu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the great general. Known to all, and unbeknown to none.
Well, this is the first time I met
Great
y'all.
General. Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Luofu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds
But you're so
much better,
pretty. You remind me of like a Ruby character.
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned earlier.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air.
She's so pretty. A moment later, Fei Xiao leisurely walks in the ancient seaside shore. Oh, those
Back
two again.
already? You've met with Jingyuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
Mm-hmm. There's always a but!
The influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jingyuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jingyuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of power. Thanks for enlightening me, General.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
I
By
feel
the
like
way,
he has a
General,
bunch.
You met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So not even the famed healer lady could help?
What condition do you have?
Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Well, life and death, Zhao Cho. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days.
That's a pretty art.
As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jingyuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Ooh, what's dinner?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long time.
These guys always have like white hair. Meanwhile, we all return to the Zelling Sanctum.
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in out of nowhere? Oh, she's so awesome! I mean, when Yun Li swung that massive sword, she just casually blocked her attack with ease.
And mine too.
Yeah. But to go up against Yun Li is quite impressive, you know? That aura of heroism and grace. It almost makes me want to learn Xianzhou swordplay. You think so too, right?
I mean, it's not bad to get like new movesets and whatnot. Like, really good.
Can't you put a little more enthusiasm into it?
Well, it's just my
Thanks for the
nature.
kind words, Miss March. The war dance is coming up, and I've been chosen to represent the Cloud Knights in the ceremony. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled sword masters out there, seeing General Fei Xiao's skills today has made me feel a bit uneasy again.
Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you single-handedly took on me and Blade, putting life and death aside. With that mindset, you can prevail against most challengers.
True.
I
Because
see.
Blade is tough to handle.
Thanks for the advice, Master Danheng. By the way, now that today's events are over, General Jingyuan wants to invite all of you to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He has something important to discuss.
Important?
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yaoqing and the Juming.
I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth. We don't need any more chaos on the Luofu before the war dance.
Nah, there's gonna be more chaos. Well, time to have a one-on-one chat. I suppose. Chat time! Hopefully it's a lighthearted conversation. Probably not. But here's to hoping. Hi.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
Well, they want me to go in there, so I need to go in there. Oh, it's him again. They're still talking together.
Earlier at the Palace of Astrum, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder Huayan. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them to you. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me into perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Vantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. If you wish to know more, please, feel free to ask us.
Well,
I'll try my
I skimmed
best.
through the reports about the Arbor's rebirth from the Master Diviner Hu Xuan. She's been summoned to the Yuchue for questioning. There are a lot of doubts within the Alliance about this whole situation. But despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshal still stood firm against the dissenting voices and entrusted the Luofu to you. Over the years, you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. You've taken down abominations in Thalassa, rescued the Xianzhou Luofu from a siege, and destroyed the demonic planet summoned by the denizens of abundance. I still remember those battles vividly. There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved anything of their own, so they feed off the failures of others.
That's rude.
But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never wavered.
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance?
No. I am too.
This old man's words always catch me off guard.
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Luofu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Xiao's questioning.
Since it's the martial orders, do we need to step aside?
No need for that. You're all important witnesses. The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues are important.
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Xiao's? And whether there's any discord between us? Well, since I'm being open and honest with you, I encourage you young folk to do the same. As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Fei Xiao will be the one asking the questions. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the timely start of the war dance. Oh, by the way, I've prepared a gift for the war dance.
There's a gift? Looks like a sword. Why are you looking away?
Yes, it's this case right here.
What's this? This case gleams with a muted luster. Crafted from the material neither wood nor metal, its surface is masterfully woven in with metallic threads, outlining an intricate pattern of lotus flowers.
There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. the host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the Xianzhou Luofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Luofu would be the ringmaster.
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. How can I assign her as the ringmaster?
I'm no match to you when it comes to joking.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
This sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now.
Oh.
But in a few days,
So it's
a
like
precious
the
sword will be
win
delivered
against
and
that?
stored inside. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Juming's
Can I have the sword?
It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands. Tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now. I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword. Moreover, I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the Luofu as the ringmaster, so it seems like a perfect gift for him.
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. No need to beat around the bush.
Don't you already have one?
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's.
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou Luofu and challenge me in the ring?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come
I feel
out
like we're
on
just
top.
here.
It could be me, could be someone else.
We're not like
It'll
actually
probably be me.
doing
But
anything.
whatever happens, it won't be him.
Looks like Fei Xiao was right, I guess.
Not to be rude or anything, we've been watching their drama. I'm dying to find out who beats who.
Do you have popcorn?
Quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the Alliance. While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war dance and win at least one match.
How does that make sense?
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess.
Well,
Huh?
Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two of them take as an apprentice?
Wait, huh? Me? Wait, huh?
Huh?
You.
Wait, me?
Yes, you.
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So
I mean, you're the one that's
not
most
teach her the
interested.
art of swordplay.
Wait, are you serious, General?
Yep.
Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total
She's a
newbie.
bow user.
You really think I can learn it? Well, you'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me. And that'd be so embarrassing.
But hey, on the bright side, you'll learn some new, like, skills. Right? Just accept your fate,
Isn't
March.
this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
Yeah, I did say that. But this is all happening so quickly, don't you think?
That's
Miss
fine.
March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. The war dance is the perfect opportunity to see what heights she can reach.
I appreciate your kind words, General YN. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me? If everyone knows each other's tactics, won't that make it hard to catch people off guard during the war dance?
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few Juming swordplay tricks will mean you'll be more than equipped.
Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be? Plus, what really decides a swordsman's fate isn't some special move. It's the solid fundamentals.
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yanqing?
General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to teach swordplay to others?
Huh. So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even confident to teach, why don't you let me be the ringmaster instead?
Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years. It's about time you looked at swordplay from another perspective.
I see, General. Then count me in.
Now that Yanqing has agreed
At
too,
least overall, this will be a learning
it all
experience.
comes down to Miss March giving her nod.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
Come on, March. Time for you to become the best sword master in the Express. You can do it!
At least that way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time.
Hey, I've never missed my target.
Yet.
Then I'm on board. Thank you for your kindness, General YN.
Great! Starting tomorrow, Yanqing and Yunli will teach you the basics of the Cloud Knight's swordplay. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little initiation gift.
You're too kind. Wait, you're giving me a gift? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Smiling silently seemed to deposit the seed of divine foresight.
General YN's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about?
Have fun! Hold on, I want to change my party real quick. Team lineup. I want to switch Himiko with... Yeah, and then... Yeah.
I don't often get the chance to fight alongside of you, Himiko. It's time to show everyone what we can do.
Hee.
Have
fun!
I could be straight off topic. How did things even get to this point?
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss. But how in the world did Yunli and I suddenly become Miss March's swordplay mentors?
Because General Huaiyan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time.
But aren't we just here to attend the ceremony? I feel like there's an ulterior motive here.
But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're
Hey, I
just
have the
some
power of the
made-up
gods on my
excuse
side.
to save face. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yun Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters has now evolved into you two collaborating to mentor March.
Elder Huaiyan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache.
Yay.
My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses. I apologize for not disclosing this information earlier. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have. So please, be prepared for the meeting.
No worries. I'll answer all the questions. I'll try my best.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the Express's witness and answer any questions.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden, but... As the Luofu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the war dance.
I know.
Meanwhile, Fei Xiao meets old
the
comrades.
illustrious Merlin's Claw waiting for me? And for so long, too? It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao.
It's been a while since I saw you.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukong?
Damn.
Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Luofu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? Really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware of your great feats. How's your health holding up?
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle?
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kachio?
Jiaoqiu.
Pokemon?
He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition. It's thanks to him that I'm still in good health today. Given my background, I'm happy to have made it this far.
I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and Elder Huaiyan are here, I imagine you must have received orders from the Marshal? As your friend, may I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Luofu?
The
Whoa!
has
Hi! How are you? You good? Are you well? Welcome to Honkai Star Rail. Well, I tried to catch up. Or try.
Although
Keyword.
the report from the Luofu explained all the details,
We're in the Xianzhou Luofu for a ceremony.
Or how exactly the Stellaron Hunters and the Astral Express became involved. This puzzle has many missing pieces. As you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an Outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the Marshal a method to fight against the Eons.
Haven't played Star Rail forever? Same! I think I haven't played for like 2 weeks, hence why I'm like, I'm gonna try to catch up! Tries.
The Luofu preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled imbiber
And played since
Luofu
Akro
to
came
re-enter
out?
the
Lol.
Luofu,
Damn.
thereby unlocking the lunarescent depths within Scale Gorge waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Vidyadhara's dutiful watch over the ambrosial arbor.
How you been? I've been doing good. Although I'm getting kind of hungry, but then again, it's 11 a.m. So, lunchtime is soon. Other than that, good luck to March 7.
It is for these reasons that I have come here to the Luofu today. Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all of this to an uninvolved person, but since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Perhaps pretending you didn't hear any of this would be for the best.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jing Yuan right now, but... well, you know how I am. The Luofu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, much of which can be attributed to General Jing Yuan's masterful strategizing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements. A moment that our adversaries relish.
Look how pretty that is.
And that's why I'm also here for another purpose. To visit Hulei.
Hulei? You mean that Hulei? The
This
Boris
guy?
The same Hulei who has been imprisoned in the shackling prison for over 7 centuries?
That's a long-ass
The
time.
nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end of the cosmos. I can't quite remember the exact wording, but yes, the very same Hulei.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century. Why do you have to visit him now, of all times?
The Foxians and the
Am I gonna
Alliance
fight
made
this
a pact
dude?
to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recesses of the shackling prison, facing unending retribution. Given the situation on the Luofu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hulei's imprisonment. I'm afraid that the routine visit every century is no longer sufficient to ease their concerns. That's why I was sent here, to reassure them.
It's all bad news.
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for.
Tell me more.
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. Unfortunately, there were no survivors and no cargo. However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No, neither. Yukong, have you heard of a person named Ron May?
Ooh, I met this person. Why was she there? After a day running around, you finally arrived at the inn for rest. Thank God. We had so much going on for the first, like, day. I don't think I slept good, though. Day 2!
I'm still
Good
feeling
morning!
sleepy. Did I oversleep? Where did March and Don Hung go?
It is the morning. Oh, those are over there. Hold on. I wanna get these first. And we'll go. Anything else here? No. I think I'll end it for today. Because I feel like we're going to do a whole new thing. And plus, I want to do day 2 as a separate thing. So, I'll, again, catch up on Honkai Star Rail more either this week or next week. Depending on, work and stuff. Yeah, that is it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. We finally got back to this game by going to the Xianzhou Luofu. Originally we were gonna go somewhere else, but nope, we got invited to a ceremony, aka a tournament of sorts. But then, as soon as we arrived, things have been hectic, from enemies arriving at the Luofu to mysterious girls, whatchamacallit, stole a sword, which led to the biggest ordeal of drama, and we're just here on the sidelines. And now March 7 is gonna learn how to use a sword instead of a bow, so yeah, I think this is their way of like having variety to the characters, like existing characters, like us, aka the Rin, with all the power of the gods. And because March 7 is like, I guess their mascot-ish, like how Genshin Impact is with Amber and Paimon, I guess? They want her to be more involved with people's gameplay, so I think this is how they're gonna do it. I'm not sure. General Jingyuan is kind of like walking on eggshells currently because of like how everybody, like the other generals, are reacting and stuff, and it seems like we might be battling against that werewolf guy that's been locked in for like 5-7 centuries, I guess. We also met new people, had some cool epic battle scenes, and now next stream we're gonna witness March 7 doing a training montage of swords. Today, sorry, that's all good. I'll see you guys all tomorrow for Mega Man 2 Battle Network if you're interested in that. And I'll catch you all later. This is Rin signing out, and I hope everybody has a good day or night depending where you are in the world. Bye everyone, take care, love you all, see you, bye.